BrayFlox's Longstop Hard. Cheese and knowledge. Two things that should be shared. At least, that is the belief of BrayFlox's All Talks. And so she took it upon herself to take the coveted goblin cheese recipe from the knowledge-hoarding group of goblins known as the Illuminati. So enraged were the Illuminati at this unforgivable transgression that they laid siege to the Longstop, imprisoning the goblin residents and turning it into an Illuminati stronghold. Hi, I'm Tyler, Final Fantasy XIV player and amateur bartender, and I've made it my mission to craft a cocktail for every dungeon in the game. And today, we're doing BrayFlox's Longstop Hard. Welcome to a Cocktail Reborn. Let's get started. I always love it when the goblins are up to their bullshit, especially when BrayFlox herself is up to her particular brand of bullshit. Only she would be so brazen as to steal from the notoriously violent Illuminati, knowing full well that they would retaliate. Of the hard versions I've covered so far on this channel, this one definitely has the starkest change from the original. The Longstop was changed so much that it feels like an entirely different dungeon. Though the Gob Tank G6 basically stalking you the whole dungeon feels like a callback to Ayatar from the first dungeon. The other two bosses aren't exactly memorable by comparison, although the second boss looks a lot like that giant egg robot that the baby Eggman drives in Sonic Prime. But that's another story. Imprisoned goblins, flying goblins, sniper goblins, all manner of beasts, and to top it off, a delightfully goofy tank that would be at home in the original Ninja Turtles toy line. And all of this trouble over a recipe for cheese. Naturally, because of its significance to the story of this dungeon, I wanted to include cheese in at least one way, so I decided to do something I've always been meaning to do and tried a fat wash. What I did is I took roughly 4 ounces of very smelly blue cheese, in this case Roquefort, and mixed it with not quite 8 ounces of vodka. Guess I need to go back to the liquor store. Give it a good shake to get as much of the cheese dissolved as possible, and then stuck it in the freezer. After a day or two in the chill chest, I put it through a coffee filter and let that drip for a couple hours until I got as much of the liquid out as possible. I filtered it once more and ended up with a significant increase in moisture. So we got plenty of liquid transfer from the blue cheese. All right, let's try this stuff. Smells mostly like vodka, but there is definitely a blue cheese note to it. That is very powerfully blue cheese. This is going to be perfect. Oh, it's Lost City of Am to pour all over again, but with cheese. Well, here's cheese in your eye. This is going to be interesting. Let's craft. Naturally, the star of this cocktail is going to be our blue cheese fat-washed vodka. I mean, you can't really do BrayFlox's Hard without at least a passing mention to cheese, so might as well make it the star. But the stuff is very potent, so it's not going to be our base spirit. So I wanted something that felt out of place, but would still complement the other ingredients. Just as the fortifying walls and the Gabi Machina feel out of place, so I decided for the base spirit I'm using ozAkavit. Doesn't exactly fit in a jungle setting, but the caraway and dill notes really help bring out the character of the blue cheese. I wanted something to represent both the sweet taste of victory for the Illuminati and the bitter taste of defeat at our hands. For this I went with Cocci Americano, an aromatized wine that adds both sweetness and an almost Campari-style bitterness that I really like. Finally, to show that there's still a fair amount of the Longstop left here, specifically the plant life, I'll be using Bokers bitters. Bokers is a style of bitters that primarily uses cardamom. So if you can't find Bokers, look for cardamom bitters. As there is no citrus in this, we will be stirring. We'll start by adding 4 dashes of Bokers bitters to our mixing glass, then 1 ounce of Cocci Americano, half an ounce of our blue cheese vodka, and 1.5 ounces of ozAkavit. Add ice and stir until you feel the glass chill. Strain into a chilled coupe glass, and for garnish, we'll be adding a piece of the sought-after fromage, and we will be replacing the Gabi Boom cherry with a Gabi Boom olive, since the sweet application doesn't really apply here. I like jalapeno stuffed olives, but a blue cheese stuffed olive would probably go even better. And here we have BrayFlox's Longstop Hard. Let's give it a taste. You mean to skip ahead to a world where you can watch the rest of the video? Hear me then. Not as a viewer, but as simply you. As I learned from my YouTube analytics, you are a formidable foe. Stronger than any I have faced. Against you, I need bring my content to bear. I need burn the candle of my mixology. This is the sole pleasure I know, and it is the sole pleasure I have to share. And so I come before you to issue a Patreon and offer singular bliss. If you wish to skip ahead, I will not stop you. You value content. You do not burn your time, save for that you deem worthy. Early access and exclusive videos, the content of a patron true. But there is more to you than that. You know this to be true. Just as you know the thrill of pushing your bar and budget to their limits, of confronting ever mightier bottles, dancing ever closer to the precipice, wondering if this will be the one to finally fill the void. Such spirits you seek for their own sake and no other reason. Is this not so, patron? Sign up for as little as $5 a month for exclusive content every month. Link in the description. Cheers! Ooh, that's very nice. It's an evolution just from the first sip. Interesting. Okay, first thing I get is the caraway and the dill in the ozAkavit. Then I get the sharp bitterness from the Cocci, and then throughout there's the floral cardamom of the Bokers bitters, and then at the very end, yep, there it is, you get the blue cheese. Ooh, that is pleasant. That's like a martini. Let's stick those in there. Maybe that'll wake up the flavor just from my nose. Oh, well, now I can smell the blue cheese. Yeah. Yeah, that turned out nice. It isn't some weird Frankenstein like the Lost City of Amdapor. Yeah, if you like a dirty martini, definitely give this one a try. You could also try blue cheese stuffed olives, but I'm partial to these jalapeno ones. This might even be good with a bit of olive brine in it. Let's try it. Let's just do a bar spoon. It's not quite a bar spoon. There we go. No, don't think it needed it. Didn't need the brine. The brine's nice, especially if you like a dirty martini like myself. Could not get enough of these olives. Yeah, the brine was a mistake. So, nix the brine. Stick with the blue cheese. Cheers. And that is BrayFlox's Longstop Hard. Leave a comment below if you decide to make this drink, or tell me what your favorite hard mode dungeon is. Please like, share, and subscribe if you liked the video, and sign up for the Patreon. There's a link below, and you can sign up for as little as $5 a month. And stay tuned for the next one, which will be Holebreaker Isle. And until then, hear, feel, drink. Cheers. Thanks for watching, and a big thank you to all of my patrons. You can sign up for the Patreon for as little as $5 a month. And a big thank you to my Alliance level patrons, KLG Chaos, Mal the Pal, and Shy. See you next time.